Alright, so this is a continuation over this Freakier Friday movie and some of the patterns and symbolism that was presented in this film. So again, I just made a video over this scene here with Lindsay Lohan wearing the black rose choker, having a conversation with Jamie Lee Curtis in front of a door with male-female, talking about pooping. And again, Jamie Lee Curtis, these are the same outfits that they're wearing in this scene here. So Jamie Lee Curtis is bearing its shoulder. So I explained how, having all of those symbolic references, they all seem to bolster my theory of these androgynes being a man-made creation with the help of the black stone being a symbolic reference to gene editing technology that was discovered in bacteria. So this can sort of help support that idea, at least this video can. This character's name is Anna. So Anna is a palindrome because it reads the same forwards and backwards. So here is an example of Anna reading the same forwards and backwards. So that's also your mirror image symbolism, like an echo radar. All that is heavy in the occult, and I think it's all paying homage again to this gene editing technology, because how they discovered the gene editing technology in E. coli was on account of palindromes, codes that read the same forwards and backwards. So here, let me read this for you. CRISPR palindromes are repeating sequences of DNA in a bacterial immune system that are short, clustered, regularly interspersed. They are called palindromic because the sequence reads the same backward as forward, which allows bacteria to recognize and cut viral DNA. These palindromic repeats, combined with spacer DNA sequences that match the viral DNA, form the basis of the CRISPR gene editing tool, as the system can be reprogrammed to target and cut specific DNA sequences. So let me just try to make a visual of what this is trying to explain here. Oh, I already have a diagram here. So here is, see this string here? This is called a CRISPR locus, and that's the DNA of a bacteria, specifically E. coli. So then here's a virus attacking this bacteria. So what the bacteria do, this is part of their own immune system. See, it's a DNA, it's a bacterial immune system. What the bacteria does is they take bits and pieces of this virus and they store it in their own DNA. So if this virus were to ever attack the bacteria, it would already have a sort of reference to use. Say, oh, we've already been invaded by this virus before. We've already got the immune for it. Here it is. And it sort of saves it. That's what it's called, referring to as these spacers. These spacers are bits and pieces of the virus's DNA. And it's stored this way. The bacteria makes a palindrome, forward and backwards. And then it puts the spacer. And then it'll be a repeating pattern again. So it's palindrome, virus DNA, palindrome. So basically what they're saying is they discovered these palindrome codes first, codes that read the same forwards and backwards. and then they learned that those were indicators, that what was in between those codes was what they're referred to as the spacer, is the viral DNA. That's what that is. That's what they're referring to it here as, those viral DNA. And that's using the, I guess, like the bacteria virus analogy. I don't know if that made sense or not. Let me try to go over it again. So again, this character's name is Anna. Anna is a palindrome. A palindrome is a coded word. It reads the same forwards and backwards. Palindromes was what they first discovered in bacteria DNA. The bacteria uses palindromes sort of as like indicators of where they store viral DNA. They're essentially markers. Like here's a palindrome that marks the start of this new spacer DNA, which is viral DNA, which is also the bits and pieces, which is what I've been referred to as the bits and pieces of Lily. So in this movie here, again, the mother, I guess the grandmother now, because this is a sequel. In the first movie, Freaky Friday, it was just these two. In Freakier Friday, now there's the inclusion of the daughters, and the daughter's name is Lily. So there's the grandmother, there's the mother, there's the daughter. So that sort of like parallels cellular division. You got the parent cell. They used to call this the mother cell. Now they're calling it the parent cell. But it's, I looked it up and it says that the terms are used interchangeably, parent and mother cell. Mother to just, I guess they're just using it to say it's the source. So then here's this one, and then two daughters. I mean, it's just, it overlays exactly over cellular division, where you have the mother cell, and then whatever the mother cell wants to spread off to her offspring, it duplicates inside. First it duplicates the DNA inside, and then it divides into two cells. So that's where you always get those, oh, I didn't realize I was off screen, but that's where you usually get the symbolism of like twin sisters, or this is the occult twin sisters, the sisters, and you see how they're very different from each other. They usually like express some type of polar difference. See how this one's like of oriental, and then this one's white, so it's like sort of like showing that how different they are. Like one could be, well, you know what I mean. Oh, and then let me put all those back. So here's the family tree for this movie. So again, the daughter is Lily. It's the stepdaughter, and the reason why I think they play up that step role, it's its stepdaughter or it's the adopted daughter, and I'm talking about Lily, is because they're talking about it being a transgene. So a transgene is a piece of DNA from one organism's genome that is artificially introduced into the genome of a different organism. So I think that's what this Lily, being the daughter cell, is representing, a transgene, because it has DNA that's been artificially introduced from a different organism. So that's transhumanism. That's an example of transhumanism. And again, that's on account of the genome editing technology referred to as CRISPR, was how they got that gene from another organism into this organism. So they're transhuman on account of CRISPR, the gene editing technology discovered in bacteria. And the reason I think that, at least with this video, is the sort of parallels here with CRISPR. They got the palindromic names. They've got this family tree looking like cell division. Daughter named Lily. I told you about how they've been naming the daughter Lily, and I think that's what that's in reference to. A daughter cell having the bits and pieces of Lily or Lilith. And there was another interesting scene in this movie too. So they switched bodies, right? So it was Lindsay Lohan looking in the mirror and screaming, "Mom!" because its daughter was in its body. So it was seeing Lindsay Lohan in the mirror, and it thought it was its mom, so it was saying "Mom." But so that's sort of like a self-reflecting scene. This looking in the mirror, saying "Mom," because it is Mom. They're all Mom. They've all got bits and pieces of Mom, or what that Mom character is in reference to.